Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
After swing, could I take one quick picture up close before you take them back on?
Okay. Okay, we're ready. Done, bro.
When they're stopped.
We're done. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Last one. Last one. We already took it down. You can do the fan. Give her a fan. Done. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Radha Bihari ki Jai. Done. Mata Radharani ki Jai. Go, go, go.
राधा सरक बिहारी भगवान की जय, कृष्ण बलराम की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, जय गौर सुंदर भगवान की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय।
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Yatra ki the beautiful swing festival. Thank you to all the devotees for coming out and participating in that. As I mentioned in the beginning, we're celebrating two things today. One was the Julian Yatra and the other is the appearance day of Lord Balarama. Balarama Jayanti ki So now we're going to do our class on the glories of Lord Balarama by the grace Mother Archana Bhakti Mataji. Mother Archana Bhakti, she's a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. Very active in giving classes. She teaches the children Srimad Bhagavatam. From what I hear, all throughout the pandemic, she was in India. She was giving classes here on a daily basis. She recently finished her Bhakti Shastri. And we're very happy to have her and her family back here in the States safely. They were over before the pandemic. We got kind of trapped over there. But now they're back here with us. We're happy to have you guys here, serving here with Radha Bihari, Jagannath Baladev Subhasha, and Shri Shri Gwani. So until roughly about 6:05, we'll have a class, and then we're going to have Pushpanjali to Lord Balaram. We'll chant prayers and offer flowers during the Arti. And then at 6:15 will be Arti. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yudhavadagam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathandam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Jayanti ki jai. Lord Balaram ki jai. So today we are celebrating the very auspicious appearance day of Lord Balaram. I thank you very much for giving some service. For the pleasure of Lord Balaram, I will try to do whatever I'm able to do. A little bit.
Mataji, if you want to turn just a little bit so you can face.
Okay. So since we don't have much time, about less than 20 minutes, let's just try to do the best we can in glorifying Lord Balaram. So Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations. And Krishna's second body is Lord Balaram. There is no difference between Krishna and Balaram except for the form. They are the same form. Srila Prabhupada said Krishna is black, Balaram is white. That's the only difference. And Balaram eternally lives in Vrindavan with Krishna, participating in pastimes with Krishna. And Balaram expands into 5 other forms in order to serve Krishna in the matters of creation. He expands. What are the 5 forms that Lord Balaram expands into? He expands into Mahasankarshan and the Purushavataras, Karanodakashaya Vishnu, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, and Anantasesh. Balaram himself is always engaged in pastimes, but the mood is always the same. The mood of Lord Balaram is servitude. He is engaged in service of Krishna. In whichever form he appears, his mood is that of service. He is the example of personality, the servitor personality of Godhead. Supreme personality of Godhead in the role of a servant. That is Balaramji. So, although there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram, why does Krishna become 2? Why does he expand into Balaram? The essential reason for expansion is to facilitate loving relationships. It's the same principle as Srimati Radharani and Krishna. Srimati Radharani is the internal potency of Krishna, but they separate eternally for the sake of loving relationships. And the principle is the same when it comes to the expansion into so many living entities, all of us, to facilitate loving relationships. So Balaramji engages in serving Krishna in all the 5 principal rasas. Shantaras, Dasyaras, Sakhyaras, Vatsalyaras and Madhuryaras. In Shantaras, he expands as the Lord's couch, his bed, his shoes, his paraphernalia, the spiritual world. It is all the expansion of Lord Balaram in Shantaras. And then in Dasyaras, he is serving the Lord as a servant. So the best example we can think of is of Lakshman. Lakshman is always in the mood of serving Lord Ramchandra. We see that when Lord Ramchandra was in the forest, Lakshman would not even sleep. He would be engaged in massaging the feet of Lord Ramchandra, collecting fruits, building the house. He is always protecting, walking in front of Sitaram, sometimes behind, always guarding them, protecting them, serving them. So this is the mood of the Lord as a servant. So he's serving the Lord in the mood of a servant. Also in Krishna Leela, Balaramji bathes Krishna, right? Serving Krishna like that. And then as in Sakyaras, Sakyaras is like a friend, like cowherd boyfriends, like equals. Krishna and Balaram, along with the cowherd boys, they engage in so many playful pastimes. They dance together, they sing, and they kill demons, like that. And Vatsalya Ras is parenthood, parental affection. Balaramji, in the role of elder brother of Krishna, is always looking out for Krishna, trying to protect Krishna from any danger, like that. And finally, Madhurya Ras is conjugal love. Balaramji expands as Ananga Manjari to facilitate the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So in this way, Balaramji is engaging in all 5 rasas in serving Lord Krishna. And he is the original Guru. Guru Tattva is originating from Lord Balaram. We don't have access to Krishna until and unless we approach Lord Balaram. It is only through Balaram that we can get entrance into Radha Krishna's service. So Balaramji is the origin, he is the source of the Guru Tattva. So since today is the appearance day, I thought we can discuss a little bit about the birth pastime, appearance pastime of Lord Balaram. Because we read in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sundra. One who understands the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord's appearance and activities does not, upon leaving this body, take his birth again in this material world, but he attains to the eternal abode of the Supreme Lord. And on one's birthday in Vedic culture, it is a system, the child is gives in charity to the Brahmanas, gives gifts to all the Brahmanas and to everyone, he just gives in charity. So if we talk about Lord Balaram, hear about Balaram's pastimes today, Balaram in the mood of giving us charity, we will also get the blessings of Lord Balaram by hearing about his pastime. So, as we all know, once upon a time in the land of Mathura, there was a very famous king called Shurasena. Shurasena had a son called Vasudeva. Vasudeva married Devaki. Devaki is the sister, she is the daughter of King Devaka and the cousin sister of Kamsa from the Bhoja dynasty. So after the marriage, that night, Vasudeva was carrying Devaki to his house. And Kamsa, out of affection for his younger sister, he personally took the reins of the chariot, of the horses, and he was driving the chariot of his sister to take her to her in-laws' house. And there was a big procession of all the dowry that was given, so many chariots. And while they were proceeding, an unembodied voice was heard that said, Kamsa, you foolish rascal, the woman that you're carrying, her 8th son is going to kill you. Kamsa, he is understood to be a very envious and sinful person. He is, as soon as he heard that his sister, his mood changed instantly. He was out of so much affection, driving the chariot himself. When he heard that her child would kill him, he immediately tried to kill her. He caught her hair and with his right hand he tried to behead her. But Vasudeva, who was to be the father of Krishna, he immediately tried in every way to pacify Kamsa and reason with him in so many ways, but Kamsa wouldn't understand because he is actually a Rakshasa, he is a follower of a Rakshasa. So he was not pacified, and nor could he be terrified, if someone tried to scare him of sinful reactions. You're trying to kill your sister on a wedding day? This is so sinful. He was not to be, deterred from his determination. So then Vasudeva finally considered, let me first save my wife. My son is not yet born. I'll think of the children later on when they are born. So he told Kamsa, you have no fear of your sister. Your fear is from the children that are to be born of her. I promise you that I will give you all the children that are born of Devaki. So Kamsa was satisfied with this argument, and he also trusted the words of Vasudeva, and he refrained from killing Devaki, and he let them go home. And each year from then on, Devaki had given birth to one child. She had given birth to 8 sons and 1 daughter. So Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra are the 3 children of Devaki. Krishna, Balaram, Subhadra Devi, along with 6 other sons. They were all born to Devaki, they appeared from Devaki. So when the first son was born, Vasudeva, according to his word, true to his word, he took his son, Kirtiman, and handed over to Kamsa. Kamsa, when he saw that Vasudeva is so truthful and he is completely equipoised when he is handing over the baby, he felt very happy that Kamsa was actually, that Vasudeva was truthful, and he smiled and he said, I have no fear from your first son, you can take this son back. My fear is from your 8th son. So Vasudeva took the son back, but he knew he couldn't trust Kamsa. He can change his mind anytime because he's of a demoniac mentality. And one fine day, Kamsa heard from Narad Muni that all the demoniac kings on this earth planet, they were going to be killed by the arrangement of Lord Vishnu. When he heard this, Kamsa became very fearful, and he began to think that all the members of the Yadu dynasty, they are actually demigods. Demigods are favored by Lord Vishnu. So then he immediately arrested Vasudeva and Devaki because he feared that any one of her children could be Vishnu. And he actually killed the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. And he killed 6, one after another. Each year he killed, in this way, he killed 6 sons of Devaki. And he also, with the help of demons like Pralambasur, Putana, Bakasur, Aghasur, as well as wrestlers like Chanura, Mushtika, Shala, Toshala, and also demoniac kings like Jarasandha, he started persecuting all the kings of the Yadu dynasty. So much so that all these Yadu kings, they started leaving their kingdoms and taking shelter in other neighboring kingdoms. They would go to the Kurus, to the Panchalas, to the Koshalas, like that. They would take shelter in other kingdoms out of fear of these demoniac kings that were persecuting them. And some of the Yadavas, they actually followed Kamsa's principles and they became subservient to him and continued to stay there. So under these circumstances, after the first 6 sons were killed, now Devaki became pregnant with the 7th child. This 7th child is the plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. This is Lord Balaram. When Devaki became pregnant with Lord Balaram, she was simultaneously experiencing pleasure as well as lamentation. Lamentation because of the current situation. That Kamsa was killing all the Yadavas, so she was feared, and he had killed her 6 sons. So she was fearful for her child. Although she was very jubilant, she could feel the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead within her womb. But at the same time, she was fearful. So, seeing the distress of Devaki, Krishna, the Supreme Lord, who didn't appear yet, he ordered his Yogamaya potency. Yogamaya. He ordered her that you should go to Vrindavan. You should go to Vrindavan. And so when all these kings, Yadava kings, they took shelter in different places, even the queens of Vasudev, they also were kept under the protection in Gokul Mahavan. So one of the queens of Vasudev was Rohini. She was under the protection of Nanda Maharaj in Gokul Mahavan. And there were other queens also. They were also hiding here and there. So Lord Krishna ordered Yogamaya to transfer Balaramji from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, who was at that moment in Gokul Mahavan, under the care of Nanda Maharaj. And also then Krishna said, you should take birth as the daughter of Yashoda. And I will appear, after Balaramji's transfer to Rohini, I will then enter Devaki. I will appear along with all my 6 opulences. I will appear to Devaki. And so Yogamaya did that. Devaki, one day, she had a miscarriage. And everyone started lamenting in Mathura. Even Kamsa participated in that lamentation. Srila Prabhupada says that maybe because of some drugs or some external condition, maybe she had a miscarriage, like that. And then, at that time, when Devaki had a miscarriage, Rohini was 7 months pregnant in Vrindavan. So, that night, at around midnight, she had a dream. She was asleep and she had a dream that she had a miscarriage. And she was distressed in her motherly affection, and she woke up and she saw that she actually had a miscarriage and she was in so much distress. Yogamaya appeared to Rohini Devi and she said, actually, according to the Lord's plan, Balaramji is going to be transferred to your womb, therefore you had to have this miscarriage. This is all my doing. I am doing it on the order of the Supreme Lord. So Srila Prabhupada says that, quoting from Harivamsa, that Rohini is the eternal mother of Balaramji. In the spiritual world, Rohini, just like Yashoda Mai is the eternal mother of Krishna, Rohini ji is the eternal mother of Lord Balaram. So Lord Balaram took shelter of his own mother when he was transferred, although this was arranged by Yogamaya. So on this day, today, Balarama Jayanti, at noon, Lord Balaram appeared to Rohini Devi. And then soon after that, Krishna also appeared to Yashoda Mai at midnight. We will be celebrating Janmashtami soon. And then, by Krishna's order, Vasudeva carried Krishna from Mathura to Gokul Mahavan. Krishna was also brought to the protection of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj did not know that Krishna was the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. He thought, and actually he was, Krishna was the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai. But he knew that Balaramji was the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. And Nanda Maharaj raised both Krishna and Balaram like his own sons with great affection. Vasudeva was concerned about the ceremonies, the name-giving ceremony, the samskaras have to be performed for the children. So Vasudeva sent his chief priest, Gargamuni, to Gokul Mahavan, to Nanda Maharaj, to perform the name-giving ceremony of Krishna and Balaram. And when Gargamuni came, Nanda Maharaj was very, very happy, very, very respectful to the Brahmana. He worshipped him, and then he asked him to please perform the name-giving ceremony. But Gargamuni expressed his doubts. He said, I am the priest of Vasudeva. And if Kamsa finds out that I have come here to perform the name-giving ceremony of your children, then he might become suspicious. Because according to astrology, Devaki's 8th child cannot be a girl. How did it become a girl? Because Vasudeva exchanged the children. He came and he exchanged Devaki's son with Yashoda's daughter. But Kamsa doesn't know this. So according to astrology, Devaki's 8th child cannot be a girl. And you have an intimate relationship. Nanda Maharaj has an intimate relationship with Vasudeva. And now Vasudeva's priest is coming to perform the name-giving ceremony for Nanda's sons. This can create suspicion in Kamsa's mind. And he can actually come and create some trouble for Krishna and Balarama. So then Nanda Maharaj said, in that case, let's do it very secretly. I won't even tell my relatives. We'll just do it in the cowshed, in the Goshala. We'll do it very secretly. And there, Gargamuni performed the name-giving ceremony for Krishna and Balaram. About Balaram, Gargamuni said, he gave 3 names for Balaramji. He said, he will be called Rama. Rama means one who gives pleasure. He will give pleasure to his family members. He will give pleasure to all the residents of Gokul. Therefore, his name is Rama. And he is called Baladev. Baladev because he has immense strength. And Srila Prabhupada says, we are not talking about physical strength, although he does have immense physical strength. But we pray to Lord Balaram for spiritual strength. Until and unless we get this spiritual strength from Balaram, we cannot progress in spiritual life. So Balaram is also called Baladeva because of his immense strength, power, physical strength as well as spiritual strength. And he is also called Sankarshan. Why Sankarshan? Because he is going to unite the 2 families. The family of Vasudeva with the family of Nanda. So Vasudeva and Nanda Maharaj are actually brothers. They are born of the same father but different mothers. Nanda is born from a Vaishya wife and Vasudeva is born from a Kshatriya wife. And Nanda again, he married a Vaishya wife and Vasudeva married a Kshatriya wife. That's how, although they are from the same father, they are separated into 2 separate branches. Now Balaramji is uniting both. Being born from Vasudeva, he is raised by Nanda Maharaj. Therefore his name is Sankarshan. He is uniting both the families.
Maybe 2 more minutes.
2 more, yeah, okay. So Balaramji, it is Brajedra Nandana Jai Sachi Suta Hoilo Sei Balaram Hoilo Nitai. The same Krishna, who is the fountainhead of all incarnations, has appeared in this Kali Yuga as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the same Balaram has appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. Gaur Nitai. You see on the altar Gaur Nitai. Gaur Nitai are not different from Krishna Balaram. And Nityananda Prabhu is extremely merciful. We see in the pastime of Jagai and Madhai, when somebody offends Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not accept him. Jagai and Madhai had offended Nityananda Prabhu. They made him bleed. And then they went and fell on the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please give us your mercy. Mahaprabhu said, no. If you want my mercy, he had Sudarshan Chakra in his hand. He said, if you want my mercy, you have to go and first beg forgiveness from Nityananda Prabhu. But Nityananda Prabhu is so extremely merciful. Simply, he is asking us to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he is giving us the highest benediction, love of Godhead, which is the goal of life. And His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he has come to the Western world and then all over the world. Right? He spread this holy name of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So simply by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is the gift of Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, who are actually Krishna Balaram, and it has been given to us by Srila Prabhupada. Simply by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can all glorify Lord Balaram. He is very pleased. So now we will have Pushpanjali for Lord Balaram, and then we will have Aarti. Everyone please very, very enthusiastically chant the holy names for the pleasure of Lord Balaram. Shri Balaram Ji ki Jai! Shri Balaram Jayanti ki Jai! Srila Prabhupada ki Jai!
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mother Archana. I was saying Archana City, it's Archana Bhakti Mataji. For a wonderful class on Balaram. Please, let's help me show our appreciation for Mother Archana Bhakti. Hare Balaram. So now we're going to have Pushpanjali and prayers to Lord Balaram. So we're not going to do the flowers until during the Artik, because there'll be too many people coming forward and gathering in the flowers. A lot of them won't make it to Lord Balaram on the floor, so we won't have to be offered to Lord Balaram. So during the Artik, those that want to offer flowers, invite up here, and then systematically just come and offer the flowers. But right now, together we can all rise, and we're going to have the prayers up here on the screen. His Grace Srimad Prabhu will lead us in the chanting of the prayers. We'll do the English as well. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So you all know the Pranam Mudra? Let's see. Yeah. Especially if you, okay. So we're going to do these. There's 9 prayers here. We'll say them responsibly. So the first few are in Bengali, and then there's Sanskrit, but the vibration of these mantras is especially purifying, especially when Balaram's prayers today. So I'll recite the first are in Bengali, and then I'll say a few words and you follow back and forth. Then we'll say the English responsibly also, okay? You got it? All right. So pranam, come on. Yeah, like this. Like this. Very good. There. Very good. Okay. So I say, you say, right? Ready? Yes. I don't see everybody with their pranams. Yes. Okay, some people are just kind of, they're staying in the back. Okay. Ready? Okay. Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahar Tritiya Deha Shri Balaram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
That's the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Lord Balaram is his second body. Good, very good. Still have the pranams? Yeah. Okay. Eka Swarup Dohe Vinna Matrakai Adyakad Yuha Krishna Lila Sahai is the first bodily expansion of Krishna. And he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Shri Balaram Goshani, Mula Sankarshan, Pancharupadhai, Korena Krishner Sevan. Lord Balaram is the original Sankarshan. He assumes 5 other forms to serve Lord Krishna. Apane Korena Krishna Lila Sahai Shrishti Lila Karya Kore Dhari Chare Koi. He himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna. And he does the work of creation in 4 other forms. Shrishyadika Seva, Tahar Agyar Palan, Shesharupe Kore, Krishner Vividha Sevan. He executes the orders of Lord Krishna. And in the work of creation. And in the form of Lord Shesha. He serves Krishna in various ways. Rama Rama Kiladhara Prabhavam Navidamate Buddhanam Nakubudhinam Shantam Ahyasite Atikravam. Oh Ram, Ram, foundation of everything. We know nothing of your power. Please excuse our offenses. For we are ignorant and misguided. Stit utpatyapyayanam tvam Eko hetur dirashraya Lokan kridanakan isha Kridataste vadantihi. You alone are the cause of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the cosmos. And of you, there is no prior cause. Indeed, O Lord, authorities say that the worlds are mere playthings for you as you perform your pastime. Tvam eva murdida manantalilaya Bhumandalam Vivarshi Sahasra Buddham Ante Chayasvatmaniruddha Vishva Sheshedvatiya Parishishyamana. O unlimited one, of 1,000 heads, as a pastime, you carry this earthly globe upon one of your heads at the time of annihilation. You withdraw the entire universe within your body and remaining all alone, lie down to rest. नमस्ते सर्वभूतात्मन् सर्वशक्तिधराव्यय विश्वकर्मन् नमस्तेस्तु त्वां वयं शरणं गता. We bow down to you. We bow down to you. O soul of all beings. O wielder of all potencies. O tireless maker of the universe. Offering you obeisances. We take shelter of you. Now we all offer our obeisances. Jai Shri Balarama ki Jai. Charine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Pascharya Deshatari.
Started working on
Just give it.
Just give it. Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Please everyone stay seated. A couple quick announcements about upcoming events, and then also want to announce the sponsors. Dr. Bob, can you turn the lights on in the back there real quick? So first we want to thank all the devotees for coming out tonight. What a wonderful crowd to honor Lord Balarama, as well as this final day of the Juni Yatra pastime. Also want to thank all the devotees that led tonight, from the Kirtan, Mother Revati, Rasa Chaitanya Prabhu, Kirtan during the Juni Yatra, Mother Archana Bhakti for a wonderful class on the glories of Lord Baladev, the Shingra Prabhu for a wonderful Kirtan, and Sukanya for chanting the Shingadev prayers, and all the devotees that chanted along. Haribol. So I want to announce the sponsors tonight. Due to the generosity of these devotees, we're able to keep having these programs to pay for these events. So a lot of times these are very meaningful days for the devotees that sponsor them. So we want to give them our blessings. We have a large group of devotees here, and it means a lot when the devotees give their blessings. So please listen carefully. The first sponsor is Mr. Mahendra Mishra, and he's sponsored tonight for his grandson's birthday. For his grandson's birthday. So his grandson's name is Ajay Mishra. So, he's 16 years old. Okay, so he's 16 birthday. So, Kavali Prabhu will give you the garland, and we have several different offerings for you here. So we have Mahaprasad, sweets from Mangalarti, as well as books from Srila Prabhupada. One of those books is the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And in that first canto talks about the glories of Lord Krishna. A wonderful way to start and prepare in preparation of the Janmashtami season. So our second sponsor tonight is Pormita Dura, in memory of her mother, Rita Dura. Is Pormita? Yeah, great. Thank you. We can have a Mataji come up and give her a garland. One of the ladies, please. It's good if you receive it, and then. Here's a set of books for you, for your library. So we want to chant, we forgot for Ajay, and we're going to also chant for Mita's mother. We're going to raise our hands and chant the holy names of the Lord, give our blessings. We're going to do it 2 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. May Lord Balaram send spiritual strength to you all. And then we have one last sponsor today, Tejas Prabhu. Tejas is here today, but on the special occasion of Lord Balaram, he asked for the blessings of Lord Balaram as well as his devotees. So that's Tejas here. I don't see him. Okay, so we're going to chant and give our blessings to Tejas Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So a couple of events that are coming up this upcoming week. I really want you all to listen carefully. We have on Saturday, we have a Maha cleanup of the temple. Wonderful way to get involved and get engaged. Come here, spend the morning from 9:30 to 12:30. If you stay at 12:30, we'll serve you a wonderful lunch, prashadam lunch. And we have a lot to do here at the temple. especially during COVID when we get less volunteers that want to come out. But we have so many things to do, we can spread everybody out. You know, some things outside, some things inside, in the kitchen, in the temple. We have a lot to do because we want to really give Lord Krishna a nice offering, a nice clean place on his birthday. So as we prepare for Janmashtami, we invite you all to help us prepare and help clean Lord Krishna's home. So again, 9:30 next Saturday, rain or shine, because we have outside activity, outside cleaning, inside cleaning. And again, we're going to be spread out, so everything will be safe. I hope you can join us. You want to bring family and friends with you, the more the merrier. And it's all in build up to a week from Monday, which is Shri Krishna Janmashtami. Shri Krishna Janmashtami ki. So we have that day. It is filled with activities, but the main part of the program is going to start at 5:30. We'll have kirtans, we'll have talks on Lord Krishna's pastimes. We're going to have a drama. We'll have prasadam served. We'll have outdoor festivities, dance. We have as always every year, we have the Maha Kalash Abhishek, where you have the opportunity one time in a year. Because to bathe Lord Krishna, it's really only for Brahmins. There's some services everybody can do. You want to come and clean the steps, that is open to everybody. You want to chant the holy names, that is open to everybody. You want to read Srila Prabhupada's books, that is open to everybody. But particular services like deity worship, going on the altar, there's specific training that's needed. On this particular day, the mercy of the Lord allows anybody to come forth and offer abhishek to him. So if you want to take advantage of this special opportunity on Janmashtami, help the temple, you can sign up out at the front desk and take part in this Mahakalash Abhishek opportunity. Also, we need help on that day in various ways. Volunteers, we get a lot of visitors come. Some people just come on that particular day. A couple weeks ago, Tattvavid mentioned that there's people that just kind of come on Janmashtami. Maybe they come on Diwali or Govardhan Puja as well, but sometimes just once a day. So we get hundreds and hundreds of people that come. So we need to, if you're a regular here, it's a very nice time to host. Because after all, it's not our party, it's Krishna's party. Right? And we want Krishna to have a wonderful time, and the guests that come for Krishna, we want them to feel very welcome. That'll make Krishna very happy. So the more we can do to get involved to make this a wonderful festival for Krishna and his guests, this will bring a lot of joy to Lord Krishna, and naturally we will feel that joy as well. So if you're interested in volunteering, come see me or sign up at the front desk. Now, one specific thing that we need help in is we're having a drama, and we need a couple of demigods. We're short a couple of demigods. So if anybody was interested in being a demigod, requires learn a few lines, and get dressed up in a nice costume. It could be demigods or goddesses. And you have to do a couple of Zoom rehearsals as well. So if you're interested, please come see me right afterwards, and we'll get you set up. Now the next day is the appearance day of His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki! And this is a very special appearance day. It's the 125th appearance day of Srila Prabhupada. We wouldn't all be here together sitting in this room if it wasn't for Srila Prabhupada. We'd be scattered somewhere else. Some of you may be in different temples, some of us would be in much different places. But Srila Prabhupada is the reason we're all together. And every day we pay tribute to Srila Prabhupada by offering him puja, reading his books, preaching his teachings, spreading his mission. But on this particular day, we all come together to glorify him, to come together as a family, to speak about his glories, to worship him, to give thanks to him, offer our gratitude. So we invite you all at 10 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, the day after Janmashtami, to please come and celebrate this Vyasa Puja, the worship of our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Starts at 10 o'clock, goes to 12:30, and it's Some of you work that day. It's a great day to take off. It's a spiritual holiday. A lot of times we get personal days. Sometimes we spend most of the time we spend it for ourselves. This is an opportunity to give that personal day to Lord Krishna and to Srila Prabhupada. One thing I forgot to mention before we break for Prashad. In the morning of Janmashtami, next Monday, one of our congregational members is having a big program at the place. He asked me to announce it. If anybody's interested, we can get you a special invitation to that program. Dr. Naidu is having a program in the morning from 9:30 to noon at his place. It's up in Westchester. So if anybody's interested in that, leave your number at the front desk or email address, and we'll get you the information on how to get there. But here at ISKCON Philadelphia, we're starting at 5:30. And if you're interested in serving all day long, we got plenty to do. So, okay, we'll break for Prashad. We'll be serving outside. It looks like the rain held off. And thank you all. Srila Prabhupada ki. Lord Balaram ki.
चलो भाई